Hello guys, welcome back to an absolutely beautiful day today we got in Eastbourne here. It's absolutely fantastic, and the best part of it is that it's during the day, everyone else is at work, there's not a soul to be seen, and I'm going to really enjoy this one. I think I'm going to really enjoy this one. Temperatures are rising, it's pretty hot now, it's about 25-26 today. I've head out to Eastbourne, I'm at Eastbourne Marina, I'm on the rock arm, and we're going to go and do a bit of fishing. That's the plan. Right guys, so rods I've got today, I've just got two telescopic rods. The blue one there is the one I took to Poole Harbour, which I caught that nice bass on, a little kid's rod there. What we're going to be doing with that is just going to be flicking a metal spinner around, and hopefully we'll be able to catch some mackerel and bits and pieces like that. Then on the other side, there's another telescopic rod, and I've set that up on a float system there. So hopefully the plan is to catch some mackerel, and then float fish the mackerel for other species as well. Going to be fishing off the end of the rock arm today, on the beach side, hopefully here. The time now is around about 10 in the morning, high tide's about 12, so hopefully we'll catch some mackerel on the incoming tide over the high tide, and then we'll stay till about 1. Definitely got lots of sun cream on today, it's proper hot. Got my neck covered up as well. I've got to get a scarf on that. Obviously as we're climbing over the rocks, adequate footwear is definitely a must. And just make sure you're careful if you do come out here and you know what you're doing. You know, it's a dangerous place to be, but you know, that being said, it is a good mark to fish. So I'm going to get down on the mark. Once we're down there, we'll then show you what my plan is, and we'll crack on and do some fishing. Right, so my first plan then is to use this small spinner on this tiny rod, telescopic rod, kid's rod of 1.8 meters that I got from Southern Angling Specialists on my way to Poole Harbour, and we're going to hopefully catch some mackerel. That's the plan. So that's the first mission, catch some mackerel on the little small telescopic rod. Right, first chuck, here we go then. All ready to rumble. Everything's all good. So we can try and pick off a few mackerel. And then once we got a couple, we'll hopefully do a bit of float fishing, if we can get some around these rocks, to try and pick off something else. Right, so I just changed over. I'm going to go with a simple feather rig. I've got 4 on there. I think it's going to be too much. 1 ounce lead on the bottom. I'm just going to give that a couple of chucks just to see. I don't think the spinner's going down far enough, and I think the mackerel are a bit further down in the water. So we're into the first fish of the day, I think. Oh yeah, there we go. First fish of the day. Coming in now. Hopefully. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice jump in out of the thing. Nice fight on that. Nice fight on this little gear. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely brilliant. There we go then guys, first fish. First fish, we've got a little bit of bait that we can use for our float fishing. Right, so we've got about another hour till the top of the high tide. Hopefully we'll be able to catch a couple more mackerel. And then we'll use the mackerel to do a bit of float fishing, like I said before. So we need a couple more mackerel really, that we can use for bait. Really good fun on this light rod though. Great fun. I can't see any mackerel activity on the top of the water. I'm just literally hitting and hoping, just casting out as far as I can and then reeling back in. I've had to make my own mackerel kind of like rig, so I've had to cut down and then retie my own mackerel feathers so I can use them on this smaller rod. Now I've just got a spinner on the bottom for weight. Right, so I've been out for a couple of hours now, and all we've got to show for it at the moment is 1 mackerel. So I've modified my rig again to add a bit more weight to it. I've just got a 30 gram drill bullet at the bottom,
I'm just going to use that now. I don't think I'm getting enough distance, and the sea's getting a little bit choppy now, so we need more than one mackerel to be able to float fish really. So I just want hopefully one more. If we can get one more, and then we're game on. So let's try it. Right, so unfortunately the mackerel aren't playing balls so far, so what I'm going to do is, with the one mackerel that we got today, I'm going to set up my float rig, and I'm just going to show you how I've set that up. So I've slid 2 stop knots onto the line, followed by a bead, followed by my float. I'm using the Tronix Pro 35 gram float. You actually get this in the kit, I'll show you it all in the packet in a minute. Followed by my lead weight at the bottom, another bead, and then a swivel. Onto that swivel I'm going to tie a hook clamp, just so you can see the kit then. So this is the kit that I bought from the Anglers Den Tackle Shop, Tronix Pro float kit, 35 grams. This one's £2.20 for the whole kit. You get the float and all the other bits and pieces in there as well, and then the diagrams on the back just to show you how to do it. So you've got a rubber band there. I mean, stop knots are probably best, so grab a packet of stop knots, are just easy just to get them on. Bead, float, weight, bead, swivel, and then your hook line at the bottom, and your desired hook to what kind of species you're going for. Right, so I'm just going to grab my mackerel from earlier. Nice size one that is. Not massive, but it's just about the right size. All I'm going to do is just going to cut a small sliver of the mackerel out. And what I want to do is I just want to cut small pieces. So cut a small piece of this mackerel off. Which is there, nice and small. And then what we're going to do is going to feed that onto the hook. Like so. Just twist that on. Get nice and wet in the process. And we're just going to fish that on the bottom, suspended underneath the float. All I'm going to do is just literally cast it out, straight in front of us, and I'm going to wedge the butt into the rock, set the drag so that it can take line, and then hopefully we'll see if we get a fish on that. In the meantime, while we're waiting for our float rig, I'm just going to throw out the feathers and have another go for the mackerel. I'll say it's pretty rough today. I mean, I haven't seen many mackerel come out. I've seen the odd one or two, but not the kind of numbers that we were seeing last year. Obviously, like I said, the east wind has proper killed the fishing. It's just pushed the mackerel right out. But you know, we're at it, we're giving it a go. What more can you do? Right, so I've never done any float fishing before in my life. The float is there. We got the bait underneath it, and I'm guessing now we just wait. Anyone got any pointers on float fishing, let us know. Definitely keen to give it a go. Looks like good fun. So we're going to use the mackerel that we got, the one mackerel that we managed to catch today. Absolutely crazy. And see if we can try and catch anything on this float rod. Well, the float is there. It's been bobbing around for about 20 odd minutes. Not even a sniff. Not even a sniff. It's either all or nothing at the minute. All or nothing. More days, nothing. That's my next attempt. See how we get on. Right guys, so I've got my one rod there, fishing the float over there. Second rod here. Gonna give the feather and another chuck. Can't believe it, man. I actually cannot believe it. I say the weather, and it's just not working today, I don't think. I've seen the guys down there pulling one or two maybe. We're about 20 minutes after the high tide now, so I thought you would have at least seen a couple more mackerel. They've just completely gone off. Or they might get a couple now, you never know. I mean, we're going to give it a go. But like I said, this time last year, pulling them in by the thousands. Right then folks, it's not really gone to plan today, I have to admit. But you know, that's fishing sometimes, that's the way it is. I'm running out of ideas of what to do next, really, to be fair. I think I'm going to drop back down to the beach, meet my wife and my son, and then give it a go on the beach, really, and see how we get on there. Been in now for a good 4 hours. I've seen no signs of mackerel whatsoever, apart from the guy next to me has pulled in 2 or 3 using a longer rod. I've managed to get 1, and I've float fished for a good period of time with some bait, and I've given it a good go. So I mean, there's not really much more you can do. Some days it just ain't all roses and chocolates, I'm afraid. So yeah. Right guys, so that is it, all packed up now. Like I said, I'm heading down towards the beach. If anything else happens, I'll add it into the video. But you know, it is what it is. 1 mackerel. We tried float fishing, which is pretty cool. If anyone's got any pointers, hit them in the comments below as to what, you know, if you've been float fishing, let me know, you know, how you've done it, what kind of baits you used and so on and so forth, what you've been targeting, and what kind of hook lengths you used and so on, so I can learn from other people as well. That'd be awesome. Yeah, but from me, I'll see you on the next one, and thanks for watching guys. Cheers.